The fox squirrel's up there in the fork, you see it?
Halfway a little more up in that tree, the big tree the squirrels, the dog's facing. That's really cool. That bird keeps getting a better vantage point to see new angles on that tree. That hawk has got to be right on top of it right now. There we go.
Oh, yeah! Woo! Get it, Carl!
I really anticipated, as the squirrel took off, that the bird would fly after it and hit it
Well,
again.
what they do is the red tails, they don't rebound as quickly. Most of them don't. They've got to reprogram themselves. It's you know, the Harris hawk, sometimes I've got a Harris hawk and I've had her to rebound up and come back down and catch a rabbit.
Yeah. This is a really cool event. This is the first time in a long time that a bunch of falconers have gathered here in Kentucky. Tell me a little bit about it.
So it's probably been about 20, 30 years since the Falconry Club of Kentucky's came together as a group. Everyone's kind of spread out and does their own thing. So last year we all decided to kind of get together. We had a summer picnic. During that, they all came together, decided to get our club back together. So our next step was to a field meet, because that's what we all want to do is hunt.
We got people here come up yesterday from Tennessee, West Virginia, St. Louis, Missouri, one coming from Colorado, a lot up around Cincinnati and northern Kentucky.
This is Phoenix. She is an immature Harris hawk. She's probably 8 months old. All right, dogs, let's get them up. Come on, Anna. Here, get in there, Peter. There it goes. Oh! There goes another one. There she goes. This style is called following on, and basically the bird just follows us through the timber just like the dogs follow us. It'll leapfrog from tree to tree to tree. And you'll notice when the dogs bark, as soon as the dogs start barking, most of the time the birds will fly over and get right over top of the dogs, because they've learned that the dogs are what's going to put the game up.
How did you get involved in this?
So when I was little in elementary school, I read a book called My Side of the Mountain, and in it, the kid lives in the woods and he has a peregrine, then he raises it and hunts it with it. So for some reason, that's like stuck with me.
It's amazing that they're this good at this young age, but really what you're doing is you're having this bird do what it naturally wants to do anyway, and that's hunt and feed, right?
You take it out there and you bring it in and off the trap and you man it and you put it around your family and as much distraction as you can get, and it just makes a good boy out of him. And I mean, you know, they're not pets, they just put up with us.
Yeah.
And stuff, but the more you handle them and do stuff with them, the better they're going to be. And when I kind of turned this bird on, set him around with the dog, and implemented the dog, it's just made all the difference in the world.
And that was what I found was really interesting, is that you got a mountain feist dog there, and that dog would run the squirrels, and you'd sit back and just wait till it treed.
Get it, Carl!
Boom!
What I do is I go to the dog. You can sit back and pretty much relax. When the dog starts barking treed, you go in and I try to find the squirrel first. And I'll keep her on my glove or on my gauntlet and just keep him up there and go in. And when I see the squirrel located in the tree, I snap her up to a sapling, say, or whatever I can find close by, grapevine or whatever. Get back and throw Carl up, and Carl starts working his way up to the top of the trees.
Get ready, get ready.
Hey! Oh! Ho, ho! Is it still in the tree?
There it goes. We got to chase now. This bird's about 7, 8 months old.
Yes.
Did a pretty good job. It went in and actually pulled a couple of squirrels out, but the squirrels right now is 2, bird 0, but it did get
Got a flying squirrel.
a flying squirrel.
Mm-hmm. He flies straight down. There's a flying squirrel, eastern flying squirrel, comes out of this den here by accident. And it's just his job to get whatever he sees, and he got it. Now he's feeding up on it. So our hunt's over for the squirrels with him today.
Once you've used the bird for a period of time, then it goes back to the wild, correct?
Yeah, so you can keep them as long as you have like a current license, or you can hunt for a season, release it back to the wild, and they revert back super fast.
There goes one, right there. There went a rabbit right there. Came out from behind you, one of them dogs you got.
It really is an amazing way to hunt. I'm assuming that this dates back thousands of years.
Yeah, so it pretty much dates back to early human civilization. They say Mesopotamia.
And people do it all over the world still to this day, right?
Yeah.
It's not as common because this is a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
So you went through an apprenticeship program here, and that was a couple years under someone else's
Yes,
supervision,
sir, under
right?
Timothy D. Lane from Carlisle, Kentucky.
And once that's done, you're allowed how many birds?
Once that's done, you become a general falconer, and you're allowed up to 3 birds as a general.
There she goes. There it is. Oh, she missed it. Right over top of it.
Boom! Got it right there.
She get it?
She get it?
She didn't get it.
Oh man, she had it. I guarantee you that rabbit's wounded. It's not something you'd recommend someone that's kind of on a whim go out and do this.
Yeah, no. Usually people get discouraged. There's a lot of people that want to do it, and then they learn how much goes into it, and they kind of, never. Maybe next time, maybe next year.
Yeah.
They just never do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've really enjoyed watching you guys handling birds. It's obvious that you absolutely love these birds. I bet when it gets a squirrel or gets a rabbit, you probably couldn't be more proud of your bird, could
Oh
you?
yeah, that's like the best moment is when they catch something. So yeah, it's definitely a adrenaline rush.
She's seen something right there.
There it is.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Boom.
Did she get it?
Yeah.
She got it. She got it. Good girl. Good girl. That's something to see them working in a pair like that, wasn't it?
Oh, that was really cool.
Come on, girl. Good girl. These are the only type birds known that will hunt in a catch together.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they call them the wolves of the sky because, you know, they hunt in packs.
Yeah, the way that they were setting up there, and then all of a sudden, that bird came over here and set and kind of gave up on them for a minute. Sure enough, that dog let out and brought that rabbit right across his field.
Yes, sir. Did y'all notice how it used that thing out there in that field as a kind of a blocker?
It ran around that concrete circle there.
Yeah, that's why your bird had to go around it, and when she hit it, it kind of rolled, and then she come at it from this way here and flipped it, and then came back up and went right back down in there.
They just hunted right alongside one another.
They've done great.